You're on.
Hey, welcome everyone to the Tuesday, January 27th Open Space Land Acquisition and Farmland Preservation Subcommittee. We will call it to order. First item is public comment. Any public comment? Okay, nothing, Daniel?
Nothing.
Approval of minutes? So I think it's just you and me, Fran.
Do we know when last date was?
10/28.
10/28, okay. I'd like to approve the minutes from our last meeting, October 28th, 2025.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And one abstention. Next item is the Girl Scout Gold Award Project. Kira Potter, welcome back.
Should I go through my whole plan again?
I think we have a couple of new members here. If you don't mind, just a expanded summary, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm working on my Gold Award project, and for my project, I'm planning on building an educational garden filled with native pollinator plants. I'm thinking it'll be around 25 by 25 feet at Straska Farm. And I'll fund it entirely on my own. I just need approval for this plan.
Is it in the community garden location, or is it?
Yeah, so here's the barn.
I'm not sure where it's gonna go yet.
Here's the barn. It was gonna be around here with the original
Could
concept.
you just tell us a little bit about what flowers and plants you put in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So some of the flowers I'm planning on putting in are asters,
It's okay for
goldenrod,
her.
milkweed,
They removed the
coneflowers, phlox, bluebells, and black-eyed Susans. So they're all perennial.
Beautiful.
And you said- oh,
Kira, has this always been an interest of yours? I think it's
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah, I've been interested in plants and everything, and I've been doing a garden since I was little. So
Good. We need more pollinator pathways. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, for those who don't know, but the Girl Scouts Gold Award Project is basically the same as the Boy Scouts Eagle Scout, correct? Yeah.
Lisa, did you have a chance to review any of the plants? She had mentioned,
Yeah, they're all perennials.
okay,
Actually, it sounds like a great array of perennials.
New England asters, black-eyed Susans.
Are you planting out milkweeds?
Milkweeds, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
And then, I think at the last meeting, you had mentioned that most of it will come under fundraising from your perspective and donations.
yeah,
And the only hope you would really need is topsoil.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. And Steve, I think we can.
We have topsoil that we can use.
Okay,
Yeah. We went through this last year, and, it'd be great for the flowers.
yeah.
So,
Let's make sure the topsoil does not have any, is weed-free. I guess I know it's hard to find that, so I don't want any invasives being brought in. Then you're gonna spend time having to pick invasives out of there, and it's gonna be a pain. Believe me, I do this for my job too, so I understand. I do pollinator gardens, so I understand. I think it's a great thing to do. My only concern is just be careful with the contacts with the soil, I guess. Limit your contact with the soil as best you can.
Any other comments?
Are we
questions?
gonna build the soil up, I'm thinking, are we gonna build it up 8 inches, 10 inches, at least enough
Actually,
to?
yeah, that's a good point. The last meeting, she had mentioned it had to be level, right? So you
A little
need it-
bit, yeah.
Yeah, so you need it built up a little bit.
Well, I'm thinking rather than getting in there and digging and not disturbing any of that soil, if we kind of built it up a little bit, especially knowing how deep the root systems are within the containers. So if we built that up for a foot, you could just make a little hole, drop your plants right in there. That would be ideal.
I know it's a great idea.
So Steve, she can work with your office on,
yeah, she's been working with us.
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
okay. Any other comments, questions?
Great idea, thank you.
I think what we can do is make a motion to approve
Motion to approve Girl Scout Gold Award project by Kira Potter to build a pollinator garden at Ostrowska Farm.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, good luck.
Thank you.
When it gets closer to that time, right now we have 2 feet of snow out there, just, be in contact with us so we can plan and lay it out and bring the materials in.
Yep, yeah, you want to plant it during the right time of the year, too. You don't want to do it in the dry of the summer. You're going to be
Oh,
successful.
and I would like to add, I have full approval from Girl Scouts, so I'm not waiting on anything on their end. So,
And take a photo history, too, of your progress.
yeah, I will.
Thanks, Kira.
Congratulations.
Next item is Rocky Hill Community Farm update.
All right, I have a number of items here. So first, we'll talk about the barn itself. So the barn itself, the electrical pole has been installed by the electric company. It's been determined that we're going to put conduit from the pole. The pole doesn't, it's partway to the barn off of New Britain Ave. They're going to tap off New Britain Ave, bring it to the pole, then it's going to go underground to the barn. That still has to be excavated. Right now we got frost in the ground and all that, so that's going to be later. And they're going to put in 2 2-inch conduits, one for electric and one for future. And then that'll be done by the power company. All the receiver for the meter and all that has been installed by in-house, by people here at Town Hall. So once we're ready for electrical, I guess the electric company provides the meter and they'll juice everything. So that's the electric. Plumbing. As we previously reported, that MDC tapped and installed a lateral, but they put a fire hydrant on it, and it's probably an 8-inch main. We don't need anything that big, so it's going to have to be retapped to bring the water. Once we get the water to the property line, it's another $20,000 to bring it to the barn. So that needs to be budgeted for. And then prior to turning on the water, there's two wells, and they have to be properly abandoned. And the price on that is $3,200 plus the materials. They load it with pea stone. And then some reporting, some inspections that have to be done, I believe, is by the health department, and then all that goes on file at the state. So that's the plumbing. So you're at, let's say roughly $25,000 for the plumbing, just to get the water there. And then the sanitary sewer. We've been trying to plan on using a holding tank. So, all the excrement will go into a tank and get pumped a couple times a year. It's kind of like you do with a porta potty. And now we're being told by the health district that we can't use that. So now it's either going to be a septic or sanitary sewer. Sanitary sewer is just cost prohibitive. We'd have to bring 3,000 feet of sanitary sewer in, and the last figures from like 2 years ago is $200 a foot. That's a $600,000 project.
Can't use porta potties?
Right.
Yeah, I wish.
Can't we?
Well, maybe we can. I don't know. I mean, we had to provide all this for the building permit. We still don't have a CO.
If we don't use the building immediately for.
Yeah, we could probably use
for
porta potties.
education, why not porta potties for the community gardens?
We could do that. I think Craig was going to plan on that anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the septic, we need the ideal location, and then we have to do perk test pits, and then the design, and it'll be an engineered system. So chances are that soil's not the best for receiving, so it'd have to be all filled with
So we have to.
wetlands. So it's
outside.
going to be an engineered system, all sand. So these are some of our things we're up against. I mean, fortunately, because the barn's a public use, so it has to have the public facilities. I know other operations of seasonal kind of things like that, they bring in the fancy porta potties. They have a generator and the lights and running water and flushable toilets and all that. I don't know what those cost.
Less than 600,000.
Less than 600,000, yeah. So I see those, and they're parked at these facilities for the summer, and then they haul them away. A porta potty's just that, a porta potty. They're gonna stink, and there's no running water.
I think there's already one up there. Who
Yeah.
is it? Billy has one up there?
Billy has one up on his property.
That's
Yeah.
on the back end.
But we did have Park and Rec had one down by
Yeah.
the circle
Yeah.
for most of the season.
Yep.
They had one.
So we do have that, and for the amount of use is gonna, even if we had the CO, I don't think the use is gonna be that crazy that a holding tank, wouldn't work. But I think they want us to jump through the hoops and prove that it's not feasible for the septic.
That's for sure.
Like Melissa said, there is wetlands also.
But I mean, isn't there a sewer on New Britain Avenue that you can't?
Closest source 3,000 feet away.
Really?
Wow.
New Britain Avenue. The closest is, I think
There's not really any houses.
I think it's Catherine Drive. Closest the other way is Hayes Road, or it might have actually been a little further up, like where Cronin, is that Cronin?
Yeah.
Comes in? Yeah, I think it's right there. And then the other way, it's at France Street.
There isn't one.
And
so
we'd
I
have to
a
pump.
sewer- I live like right in that area, and I have a sewer easement that runs through my backyard.
There's nothing on that property.
Well,
So-
That's probably 3,000.
And it's still gonna be 3,000 feet. And any way you slice it, we're gonna need a pump, because
Right there.
Yeah, exactly.
we won't be able to get anywhere by gravity either. So it's gonna have to be grinder pumps, back up, an alarm probably, 2-inch grinder pumps. Yeah.
Let's say just for an example, there's that one house on New Road now, that up on the little hill, just
Yeah,
next to the farm. Say there was a building lot to the left of him, if you're looking at that house. Would you require sewer?
MDC would require sewer, yes.
Who
If
would?
you're MDC, if you're within 1,000 feet, I believe it is, of the sanitary, you have to put it in
Would
at
the
your
town
cost.
require it, though? That's what you'd have to deal with, the town, not MDC.
No, it's the health code in MDC.
So are you saying if that lot was there, you would have to do it?
Yep, they would have to do it at their cost.
That's impossible. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So those houses across from Sunny Farm, aren't they on sewer?
They must be on septic, because there's no sewer in the road there.
New development that's going in right there. Oh, you said Catherine, you said that's further down.
So how did they get approved? That's my point. How are they
It's
getting
probably on
approved?
septic.
What's that?
They're probably on septic.
Okay.
From back when,
So we could
way
do
back
that.
when.
We could
Well,
do a
that's what we're
septic.
looking at, the septic, but there's no guarantee the soil's gonna work. So then you have to excavate, bring in good material.
Be careful too, depending where the contamination.
Yeah, and there's, a lot of contamination that was out there. So there's
Sounds
only
like we got,
Yeah.
just cause with a lot of
We do, we do.
complications
I think we
here,
do.
If you could put it
And-
together.
And, this is coming from our local health district. We can also appeal to the state, I'm sure. So,
Yeah, I think it's
What
reasonable.
about a grant or something for it? I mean, I don't know. This probably won't cover all of it, but.
I don't know.
I think we have a reasonable problem that
We
written
have
up
a- yeah,
properly.
we have a very
and
reasonable problem.
Explained, I think we
I
could
mean,
work
when-
with it.
when Tony lived there and the house was there, there was obviously a septic that we never found. We found some, basically, for lack of better terms, 55-gallon drums that are buried, and you open it up and it's sludge and stuff, so you can only assume what it was. But we never found anything. No records, nothing.
For the next meeting, can you look into the cost of 2 porta potties for this year? for the
Well, I think
summer?
Craig is doing that anyways.
Oh, okay.
That's part of Park and Rec is,
Okay.
they're running the operation. Once this is done, goes off to Park and Rec, and he's already had that porta potty last year.
Okay.
So that's part of their
And then what
standard
about
operating.
an overall cost of septic?
Yeah, we'll have to figure that one out.
You have to get a sanitarian to lay that out for you.
Well, we can do the design. It's pretty simple.
'Cause you
It's
can-
just, but we need the data of the soils. So you can't just say,
Yeah.
You'd have the leach fields and all that stuff.
yeah, that's why we need to do test pits, perk tests.
Any other studies that have been on there didn't do any of that data that we could use, any geotech or anything like that was done that we could use?
Not perks.
Not perks. I wasn't sure if the geotech data.
There might be some, they did do cores, there's a ton of cores, so we might be safe with that, but,
Be able to have
Yeah.
someone look at that before we go
Yeah.
and.
but for the actual perks, and usually do a perk in the pit when you
Yeah.
dig a test pit. So, not always.
Through the chair. Could you, if Craig is working on this, could you get an update on his numbers and bring them to us at our next meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We'd have an idea of what he's found.
right now, it's just the porta potties, as I said, he's gonna be running the community garden, selling the lots and all that, and he's gonna provide the porta potty. I don't know what those cost. But like I said, I can get that. I mean, he provides them for all his parks. There's one at Maxwell, there's a couple at Sunnycrest, not Sunnycrest, Elm Ridge.
We'll get 'em.
So, we'll get that.
Ray, is that already built in his budget? Parks and Rec?
I believe.
Porta potties?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be, yeah.
Could we also look into the fancy porta potty price too, just to get a range?
We can look at the fancy porta potties, yes. Fan-
Scale.
I'm gonna write that down, quote, fancy porta potty price.
With potpourri, please.
And air conditioning.
They are air conditioned, they are.
They're nice. I've been in them before. You know, they have that, you pump
question
it with
for
your
him
foot, you can wash your
about this one.
hands, you know, like,
Question about the plumbing. We're talking about 20,000 with our in-house guys doing it.
That has to be done by a licensed,
Is that
Person.
20,000
that is,
with a licensed person,
Yeah.
or what is it?
that was an estimate we have from a contractor.
Do we have that funds for this year to at least to get the community garden water spigot going?
Yeah, I think we discussed that with Mona. I think we have enough, I hope, we had 50,000 set
Yeah.
aside, so we may have enough.
But it still needs to be retapped at the road. I don't know, where we are with, you were talking to our commissioner about that.
Does that cost include us digging the trench?
I think that was
With them digging the trench?
installed. yeah,
Installed. Maybe we can reduce that? If, Joe-
Possibly.
Joe can get his guys out there.
Possibly.
That'd be helpful, sure.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, can we get the water down there this year? Is it
No, I understand what
possible?
you're saying, yeah.
If we have the funding.
Yeah, we could bring it in, leave a T to go to the
Look
building
at
and
it.
then run it down
Right.
to the, yeah,
Exactly, that'd be great. Thanks.
yeah, we'll check on the funding there.
Bring up the community gardens.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it up.
Lisa, you all set?
I'm good.
Sandy? Update, or can you provide a summary of, or do you have a document, Ray, about those rules?
Yep, that was next on my report here. So, as I said, Parks and Rec is gonna be running the day-to-day of the place. And they're gonna be taking the registrations and they're ready to go anytime. They have it ready to go. We have 89 plots. I'm just gonna take one, I'll give it to you, Sandy, take one and pass it down. This is we surveyed the area that was turned. And we surveyed, and have the wood line and all that. So what you see here is, the layout. And there's plenty of room to expand. As you can see, the cultivated area is much larger than what we're showing for the beds. So we have room to expand. There are 89 lots, as I said. 12 are gonna be the raised beds, 35 are gonna be the 10 by 20s, and 42 are 15 by 15. Engineering department will lay it out come spring at the appropriate time. And I think there's a cutoff on the rules for purchasing. So we'll wait till kind of near the bitter end of that to lay it out before this, they need to plant. So we're not putting in too many stakes because, if you only sell 40 out of the 89, we don't need to stake 89 lots. The soil is going to be, prepped again in the spring. And the raised beds, we have the plan. Parks said they were going to build them, but now the question is, we thought that there was going to be some fundraising, according to Craig, but he's not sure. So where's the lumber coming from to build these and the cost? That was never really hatched out, I guess. Because I guess at one of the meetings, somebody said, "Oh yeah, we're friends of the farm or whatever, and we're going to raise funds and build these things." But I don't know where that went.
Okay.
So, and then the last thing is you guys have the rules, and if you go there to the Gardner Agreement, 1.3, the fee for the 10 by 20 was established at $35, but no other fees were done. So if you go 10 by 20 is 200 square feet, 15 by 15 is 225 square feet, so a tad bigger. So if you do, just a ratio, that's $40. So if you guys want to agree to that, and then the raised bed, I don't know. You could just go to the $35 that the flush bed is, the smaller one, if that makes sense to you folks.
I think so. I think having the fancy raised bed should be equal to the larger flush bed, but the
You like the
smaller-
larger flag? But
No, I meant the smaller of the, but it's larger
35,
than
right?
yeah,
the raised bed.
I'm proposing 35, 40, 35.
I'm sorry, what was that, Steve?
I was proposing 35, which is already approved, the first one, then 40, then 35.
Question?
Oh, I'm sorry, Sam.
That seems, I know there's a cost incurred for the smaller, that it's a raised bed. But 200 square feet for 35 versus 24 square feet for 35? Is that what I'm looking at?
That's a good
That seems like a lot of money compared, I mean, if you're getting 200 square feet for 35, you're charging the same for 24 square feet? Is it that
Correct, but it's
valuable
also.
to be a raised
but
bed?
it's-
That's what I'm asking.
The plan is, it was never resolved, but what Dave and I had come up with was a proposal showing the raised beds are actually like table height.
Oh, that high?
Yeah,
That's
it's
a lot
not
of
gonna, it's
lumber.
not gonna be just a thing down on the ground,
Oh,
out of the
okay.
ground. It's gonna be
Cromwell
a
has
structure
those,
up,
yeah.
so if you're,
Older or,
limited, and, maybe you have a chair or something you gotta sit in and work, so it's gonna be up higher.
I see.
So, I mean, and that fee could also help offset the cost of the lumber possibly. And that has to be pressure treated what touches the ground, but up higher, it can't be.
Okay, I didn't understand
Yeah.
that part of it. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
I mean, you could do $30 if you feel like that, but I don't know, what do you guys?
That's up to you folks.
I'm all set with it. I think it's fair enough.
Lisa?
I'm good with it.
The 35, 40, and 35?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with that, Steve.
Okay.
And Ray, one of the future meetings, I'd like to talk about that budget item where it's the farmland,
Oh, the land acquisition,
the land acquisition has been kind of like collecting dust for 20
Right.
years.
right.
That we could start utilizing that, but we also have to find out having income, like from fees or something, filling it.
Right.
But that's a bond, right?
No.
You
There
have to
was,
go out for bond.
years ago, there was a ordinance created called I think it was the Open Space Land Acquisition Fee, where permit fees for development, I'm not sure how wide, it wasn't specified as far as, building permits, planning, zoning, wetland permit applications. Those permit fees would go into this fund. And right now, I think we have like 20,
It's about
dollars.
27,000, but the ordinance stated it shouldn't be under 50.
Yeah,
So
so I
that's
don't-
why, if we can, I'd like to have that come under this committee to manage it. Because
to-
discussions like this with expenses could, we could have that discussion about maybe coming out of here if it's not eligible for a grant or something.
Yeah, because I know one of the past conversations was they're gonna sell sponsorships, but I don't know if you have something you want with signs down there like you have at the
Yeah.
baseball field.
Yeah.
It's a nice farm. Block it up with all these banners.
Ray, do we need a motion for the prices?
I think you need a motion to approve the rules.
Rules.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, to speak, can I just speak on?
Oh, absolutely.
I thought we already approved these rules, though, at another meeting.
You did?
Yeah, I thought we did. You remember, John?
I can't remember.
I thought we
yesterday.
approved the rules in the application.
I thought we did.
I
That
think-
sounds
I think we-
familiar.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah,
About the update for the cost, you have to,
just that change.
Yeah, okay, John, you're right. Just the update for the costs.
but back to the sponsorship, if perhaps there might be, if we advertise or something, someone who wants to make a donation or something, and then they could get some sort of, hey, this section of the community farm has been possible because of donations by X, hopefully one person, we're not gonna have a big sign, but, something like that, might be something that can be done.
It could be a special revenue fund, and the funds from this will go into another special revenue fund to maybe
Specific
To
for
help.
the, yeah,
eventually fund some of the maintenance projects here.
yeah. Could get a donation and.
To the chair, perhaps there could be a sign or a post or a plaque or something in the barn that would acknowledge the donors.
Could do something like that, yeah.
So we could be kind of subtle.
Yes,
but
Better.
give them, yeah.
like a plaque.
And maybe on the back of the Parks and Rec, their quarterly newsletter, you could just list, our thanks to So we could publicize them and not be garish.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take a motion for the price updates.
Motion to approve the updates to the Rocky Hill Community Gardener Agreement with costs, with 10-foot by 20-foot flush beds being 35, 15 by 15-foot flush beds being 40, and 3-foot by 8-foot raised beds being 35.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Great.
Next item, approval of,
Can I say one more thing about
Oh, sure.
the farm?
Yep.
One of the things I know, Fran, before I became on the council was, there is, I believe it's Connecticut Deep Trails grant. I don't, maybe that we need to bring it back to the community farm, I don't know, discussion somewhere, another group, but I didn't know if that was something we would talk about here, in terms of trails at the
Here.
farm. Okay, here, then, yes. I think it, actually, we didn't get it this year. I think it was due in December, but perhaps it's something we want to consider for next year.
and what does that entail?
It's a grant
It's
for
a
trails.
recreational trails grant. We applied for a grant for a connection to Quarry Park this year. And that was submitted a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it was December, it
Yeah.
was when it was due.
So
might
they'll
be
come up with the next round next year.
Yeah, exactly, and this, I know there's been lots of discussions about having trails at this farm, so.
Yeah, that becomes a little sticky because it is also an active farm with active farming going on and pesticides that are applied by the farmers.
Yeah, and I think any discussion,
So-
I know there's people that are heavily involved in the discussion about what it is, but Fran and Lisa would certainly need to be involved too, because,
And Billy,
yeah,
the three farmers at least.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. I know it's been heavily discussed that there would be trails at Strask Farm, I thought, so that's just why I brought
Yeah,
it up.
you have to be very careful where they go
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
extensive they are.
Yeah, and trails, depending on how they're made and all that, are fairly exempt from permitting, depending on our own ordinance, but, our own bylaws, but in the state, regarding state and wetlands and things like that, they're pretty much allowed, so.
It's one of the reasons why you're here.
Exactly.
I mean, to cross some of those wetlands, like if there's seasonal streams, I know there's some water course down there. I don't know how often it has water in it. You guys are there more than me. But, you know, that could be like Kira's project, you know, Boy Scout, Girl Scout, fundraise, build a bridge kind of thing for your scouting project. We've had those before here in town, a couple.
Yeah, didn't an Eagle Scout build one at Dividend?
There's there's two of them that I think were Eagle Scouts.
No,
The one near you was.
the oldest one is at the bend of Sawmill.
Yep.
And that kind of gave way, and the town built an excellent replacement.
Okay.
Then with the grant money we got initially, we built a curved one right by the Pleasant Valley parking lot.
Yeah, now it's about 30
That is
feet.
canted, it's twisted, it's got holes in the wood. This is a Parks and Rec issue, but it's really, it's on its last
That one,
legs, and the town has to do something about
yeah,
it.
and that
That's
one is
not-
also, I think you said it was a grant and it came from manufacturer. It was, you know,
That was part of the grant we got from Tony Guerrera.
right,
when
we
went to the
had
state.
to assemble it, but I think they ordered it from a manufacturer who specialized in that.
And I looked into those, this is a little off topic, I looked into them, I talked to a builder, a place that supplies them in Pennsylvania. The problem is, they never put those footings in cement, and they sunk into the the dirt, and then the stream floods, and the wood did this,
Yeah.
and so either we do it in footings, I don't know how you're gonna resolve it. But anyway, that's the story
Yeah, I
on
mean,
those
they have,
bridges.
you know, what do you call them? Not manufactured, but
Precast. or
precast,
something.
thank you. That can just be, but it needs to be
The
installed
hard thing is
properly.
the access. I mean,
Yeah.
Yep.
if you know where that's located.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I
in
mean,
there.
if you have to put matting and things like that, and you have to, then you're in permitting.
and permitting.
Yeah, then you're in permitting. Yeah. But yeah, something to look into, and the grants should cover, you know, design, build, you know, all of that. So, yeah, something to look into.
Anything else, Steve?
That's all I have for the farm.
Anything else?
I just like the applications. go over them, and when should we submit them out to the public for the gardens?
Craig said he's ready anytime,
I think, we should discuss when we want to put them
So,
out, right?
yeah.
Or a date, and how
I
long
think-
of a window we want
I
them
think,
out.
wasn't it written in here from January to May?
The plot
I
from
think-
May 15th to October 31st.
Yeah, I thought it was in here.
How to be set up with the,
And you have to pay
Oh,
no
it has
later
to
than
come
May
in, yeah.
1st, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
paid by May
But I
1st.
thought there was a window of
in
application
there right
listed
away.
in here, wasn't there?
Because the pay by May 1st.
what would the opening be? Like
Garden plots, use plantings,
May
prohibited
1st to-
access.
October?
I thought it was in
What's the
here.
same
So
one?
right here,
I thought it was
says
the end of May.
15th
I thought it was
to
in
October
here for the application, but I
Okay.
guess not.
So May 15th at the earliest.
Oh, May 15th, Steve, to October 31st.
That's when you can use it, but I thought there was an application period
Yeah, the May
You do
defined.
have to
15th.
pay by May 1st, so I would hope.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's it say?
No, there's a separate document about the applications, right?
Yeah,
These are the rules.
yeah, it's annual fee no later than May 1. I thought I gave when it was open.
Because the application will probably have to change also for the pricing.
Yep,
Do you have the application there?
it's,
No,
Or is it in our, I didn't
I think it was in your packet, no?
no.
No.
Temporary right to garden, I think this is the application,
Gardner agreement?
gardener agreement. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
part of the
I
application.
think this is it. They fill out their information
Yeah.
at the top.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
it.
I guess they just need to specify which one they
So
want.
they just need a start date.
Are we going to publicize this?
I think, well, I'll talk to Craig. He needs to be prepared for the influx of applications. I'll talk to him. Then we can figure out when the best time and how we publicize it. He'll put it out on all of his social media accounts.
Yeah, but we met with him today. He said he's ready anytime to advertise it. He's ready to take the monies and whatever.
Good.
So,
Excellent.
Could people do this online, like a
oh
hyperlink?
yeah, that's the way they're gonna do it, I believe. Yeah, the intent is online. Through their MyRec or whatever it's called.
Through my rec.
But what if somebody's not signed up for MyRec?
Well, anybody can go on and sign up for
Oh, you don't have to,
classes.
you don't have
No,
to sign up for
no.
it? Okay.
But shouldn't somebody be able to send a check in a form? I mean,
Yeah,
in
a lot-
deference to everyone.
Yeah, yes, I would say yes. A lot of places are getting away from that, though.
I know, but
Well, t-
how many people do we know who would love to garden a little bit, but really admit to being not tech savvy?
You talk to Craig.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Yeah,
Someone walks into town and says,
right.
Really, there are a lot of people that are still that way.
sure, there's
you know?
got to be a way
Many,
we can handle
Yeah.
it.
many, but
Workable.
I see it a lot of places. You go and pay with cash and they say, sorry, card only.
No, but we'll accommodate.
Thank you. We don't have to beat that horse.
We're a friendly Rocky Hill town.
Yeah,
We
no, I
can
know,
figure
it's
it out. We want to help people.
I assume he takes cash. Yeah, I mean, I don't know his operation,
Someone
so.
can walk them through it online with,
Yeah,
or something.
I just know his operation, so I don't know if
Yeah,
you
no,
can
I
walk in and write a check.
Ready to go.
Do you want to establish a date, or can Craig, I don't know, maybe they can get back to us at the next meeting and say, March 15th, it's going to go online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'd
kinda
say you
like
might
what
want
I
it
was
online
saying.
by the next meeting. I don't know.
I say
Next
Patty's
meeting
Day,
is February, end of February.
Yeah,
When, Lisa?
like St.
March.
Patty's Day.
April, May.
Put the applications up. And I would run them for about
March.
3 weeks. You know?
Yeah, because that'll give them.
Well, I think it's
a
gonna
month
close on that May 1st date.
A month and a half to get that payment in and lock it in.
Yeah. Because I think, it has to be by May 1, so I think that's his close date is the May 1st.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking
They
by
have
the
a
end
close
of
date.
February, but, so it gives them 2 months. but
Like March 1st, March 1, might be,
That's what I was
March,
It's pretty-
March
I'd
15th,
say March 1,
17th,
but
St.
we also have
Patty's
to think-
Day?
Yeah. I mean,
Ides of March?
yeah.
That's
I
right.
mean, I'd say
That's when you
March
put
1st,
your
but I'd
peas in.
Also think about the overall structure, we're talking about wood being needed and all that stuff. The infrastructure may not. If I'm gonna rent a plot.
Yeah.
I wanna know what I'm renting. Right now, it's just.
Well, there's
this
only,
bed of dirt.
how many structures are there for the race?
Spots are-
12, so, I mean, if you sell 3 of them, then you build
But I mean,
3.
would there be a picture, like a concept picture of what
We
it
can,
could look
yeah,
like?
I have a concept picture already. I have to change the scale on it because it's bigger than this thing was.
how long do you think it takes to build, like, once somebody gets
Once he
into
gets
routine,
a
like 2 hours?
pattern, they'll probably knock them out in a couple days.
Yeah.
It's not gonna take long.
Okay.
Yeah, Walt said he's ready to build
Beautiful.
plan and supplies.
Great.
Okay. All right, so, yeah, March 1st then.
Any other?
All right, approval of 2026 meeting dates. Everybody okay with it? It's every Tuesday, or, I mean, every fourth Tuesday at 6,
Sounds good.
same as what it was. Motion?
You want to do it this time?
Sure.
See them?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to approve the meeting dates for 2026. Basically, they're the fourth Tuesday of the month at 6 PM.
Most of those, that sounds good. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Okay. Executive session. Make a motion.
Make a motion to go to executive session to discuss negotiation strategies, potential land acquisition with the town manager and the director of community development.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Right.
Motion to, do we reopen the meeting?
No, just
Oh.
adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.